Hey, hi, hello, everybody. My name is Cherie, and I apologise because next door, someone is playing on their Xbox Live, and I didn't bank on that. It's been a hot minute since I last properly spoke to you guys. Properly, anyway. And to be honest, it's a lot more of a different world than I left you in at Christmas. So, obviously you guys know that though, you don't live under rocks, and that's not what I'm here to talk about on my channel. Because to be honest, no one watches ASMR to be, upset. But you're completely valid if you feel that way, but I don't think that's why any of you are here. You're here to relax. And although it's not necessarily going to be an ASMR trigger for everybody, I figured I might as well put two little birdies in a completely non-fatal in the way of a completely non-fatal hit of a stone, and do a kind of like an eating video, I guess. But either way, it was Easter Sunday when I'm filming this. I hope you all had a good Easter if you celebrate it. If you don't, cool. Hope you had a good Sunday anyway, all things considered. And I got some sweet treats from my grandparents and thought I'd make use of it. So let's get on with it. I also want to apologise sincerely, given the current state of things. I've obviously not been able to see my nail tech, which I know sounds really like a non-issue, and it is, but I wanted to give you an explanation as to why my nails currently look like this. So unfortunately my tapping is not going to be up to scratch today. I hope it still gives some of you tingles, and if not, I apologise. I love it when brands try to make puns on their packaging, because this just says excellent. Excellent, 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 excellent. I feel like Mr. Burns. Excellent. But let's crack this bad boy open. Ooh, this is actually really cute. It's a little basket. The way I'm describing it, it's like none of you guys are ever going to have seen an Easter egg before. And if you haven't, then I'm really honoured to be the one to introduce this to you. I feel like Daenerys. You know, in season 1 of Game of Thrones, when she's gifted the eggs and then she puts the eggs in the fire and then she walks in and she's all naked and then everyone's like, oh my goodness, she's burnt to death. Sorry, that's completely not why you tuned in for this. But yeah, they're like, oh my goodness, she's burned to death. And then like the next morning or something, everyone is still there and they're like, oh, so Daenerys, she like burnt to death, didn't she? Wow, that was like, wow. And then she literally rises from the ashes and there are dragons on her shoulder. Like obviously they're out for their eggs, they're not on the eggs anymore, that'd be really lame. And also, like, how would she be balancing that on her shoulder? That's a talent in and of itself. And they're like, oh my goodness, she's the dragon queen. And then everyone's like, wow, oh my gosh. And that was my review of Game of Thrones season 1. Sorry. I'm really not good at being serious. Game of Thrones season. I don't know if you guys watched Game of Thrones, right? I know a lot of people did, but a lot of people equally didn't. But I feel like everyone heard about how disappointing season 8 was. And if you liked season 8, fair play to you. I'm not here to rain on your parade. That's absolutely fine. You know, I'm glad you did like it, because that was like years of people's lives that a lot of people thought would like, you know, it felt like waste of a lot of people's time, you know, and I agree. But the issue with me is I hadn't watched Game of Thrones really when it first came out. This is like a year after the end of Game of Thrones and I'm still talking about it. That's how mad I was. But yeah, I gave it a shot when I was a lot younger, around when season 3 was airing first, and I watched the first couple of seasons, and I liked it, but I was never, I don't know, I just kind of lost my run with it. But then obviously last year everyone was talking about how season 8 was coming out, and obviously it was the last one. Game of Thrones was like the biggest thing on television since sliced bread, so I wanted to catch up, and I wanted to be part of the hype, because I don't like feeling left out of things. And I did, and I binged all 7 previous series of Game of Thrones in the span of like 3 weeks. No, sorry, 5 weeks. It wasn't as bad as 3 weeks. And like I was watching it on my work breaks and stuff. I was committed, and I did it, and I got through just before the Battle of Winterfell episode aired. This is going soft, I think, because it's in the way of my lights. Sorry, Egg. Yeah, right before the Battle of Winterfell episode aired. And then I watched that, and to be honest, I didn't mind the outcome of the Battle of Winterfell, because I foolishly trusted that, let's unwrap this, that the makers would, they wouldn't let us down. We'd invested almost 10 years of our lives into this show. Why would they want to let us down? And I thought, you know what, they're gonna, look at this egg, wow, they're gonna make, oh, it's all squishy because it's melted. I thought it was gonna be all crispy and I could like crisp it for you, you know what I mean, like break it, but sorry guys. It's concaved. Okay, let's just chow down. Yeah, and I thought, so I'm eating with my mouth open, that's really rude. I thought, they're not going to let 10 seasons go to waste. So I didn't mind that Arya killed the Night King. I didn't mind that I could barely see anything. And I didn't mind that we came out of the episode with still the vast majority of our major cast intact. It was after the next episode aired, and they demolished a bunch of character development and had people make really stupid decisions for no reason, that I thought, I've just wasted 5 weeks of my life. I couldn't even begin to imagine how, like, long-time fans of the show felt. My main issue, and I think a lot of people's, was with Daenerys. They handled her arc so poorly, in my opinion. Who am I? But more than that, for me, was my favourite character, and that was Jaime Lannister. I love Jaime Lannister. Now, I haven't read the books, and I'm hesitant to, because if they never get finished, then, again, that's more of a waste of my time. Yeah, I loved Jaime from the first couple of seasons. Like, he was so flawed, but he had such a real potential for a redemption arc, and they completely threw all that away after all the development that was made in season 7 for him. And I was so upset, especially because of how they treated Brienne in the making of that. And then Bran became king of everything. Why? No one was rooting for Bran. No one was rooting for Bran. It should have either been Jon, or it should have been no one. Like, have a massive council rule over everyone, have the message be that, we shouldn't need one singular ruler and just have everyone on a council, because the bigger threat is the Night King. And in my opinion, I thought they were going to end season 8 with the big battle with the Night King. And they didn't. They did it in a really weird order where they defeated the Night King like he wasn't even an issue. And then they had Cersei be the big baddie, but she wasn't even a big baddie because she didn't put up any fight, and it was just... So yeah, this eating video turned into a Game of Thrones rant, and I do apologise for that. Let's keep eating. I am so sorry. I hope it's at least distracted some of you guys. I hope you guys have been okay though. Obviously I know that's a bit of a vague thing to say at the moment, because how okay is anyone? But I hope you're following the guidelines that your countries have set out, and you're, washing your hands, keeping your distance from other people best as you can. Obviously, some people are still going to work, and whether you're a key worker or not, it's not easy for some people to just stay at home. But as long as you're doing your best, that's all that any of us can do, really. Just look out for your fellow person as well, and check in on people. That's an important thing, I think. Check in on people, even if they don't strike you as a person who would need checking in on, So, I'm not just talking about your gran. I'm talking about, your stronger friends, and obviously those who you don't think would be coping as well. Just checking on everyone. I hope you don't necessarily, as well, this is another thing I wanted to say. You guys don't necessarily need to be feeling like you have to be super productive. I know that's been a super big thing on social media. A lot of people are, being productive and are being able to carry on as normal, and they're taking up new hobbies, and they're keeping busy and potentially even doing more than they were previously, when life was normal. And that's cool. If you can do that, that's aces. That's amazing. Good for you. But if you can't, that's fine. This is the first day that I've put makeup on since this all began. I have been in isolation for a while now. And yeah, I've barely had it in me to get out of pyjamas. What's important at the minute is that you're getting through the day. Just get through the day. Get through the day, guys. Get through the day. It doesn't matter how productive you are. Just get through the day. If you managed to step out of bed just to have a shower or get some food or have some water, and then you head straight back to bed, that's fine. You are still here. And that is all that matters at the end of the day. That is all that matters. Because we are in unprecedented times, okay? I feel really weird giving you this encouraging spiel while I'm waving a chocolate Easter egg. I'm really upset that this didn't crunch. I'm going to put it away. My egg of shame. But yeah, just do what you can, honestly, everybody. But at the same time, don't be afraid to try out something new. This is the time to go out of the box and do something new, or just do something that you're going to enjoy. I've been catching up on writing and things. I've been trying to read, but I'm really struggling at the moment. I've been trying to read Phantom of the Opera for a couple of weeks now, and I've got I'm a couple of chapters in, but I've still got so much to get through. And I think it's because I used to be a really big reader back when I was a lot younger, but with life being so busy the past couple of years, adulthood takes over. I just haven't had it in me to pick up a book. But I'm trying to get through Phantom of the Opera at the minute. And I am enjoying it when I get into it, but it takes me a while to get into it because I've got really sticky fingers. This is so gross. I think because of the kind of older style. I don't know what the term is. I'm not an English student. But yeah, it's got kind of a older style, more classic style. It's not as modern, which is cool, but I'm struggling to get so engrossed. But I'm going to try and finish that, and then, is that causing any tingles? Because after I finish that, I really want to reread the Harry Potter books, because I love Harry Potter, and I think a lot of people, as well as myself, are looking for some kind of nostalgia at the minute, you know, comforting to try and get us through the days. So I really want to bust through those. I thought actually about reading some chapters of Harry Potter on my ASMR channel, if that's something anyone was interested in. Obviously, it will be a lot more ASMR-y and focused than what this video has been. Oh, don't trust me with anything. But yeah, if that's something you guys want, then let me know. Or actually, if you would like me to read any books, then please do let me know. It would encourage me to actually read them. Yeah. So that's been the video. I do apologise that the mukbang was less mukbangy than I thought it would be. Mukbang, 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 mukbang. This has very much been just a rambly chat. I do apologise because that's not what it was supposed to be when I started out. But like I said, I hope you're all doing your best to just stay safe and get through the days. Just get through the day. That, if you take anything from this video, because there's not been much to get, you know, take away that's been constructive, just get through the day. Do what you need to get through the day. Doesn't matter what that is, just get through the day. Yeah. So with that, I will leave you. Please sleep well, or have a good rest of your day whenever you're watching this. And I will see you next time. Stay safe.